I'm going to explain some of the technology that is being hidden from you. You can actually see this yourself now if you do a trip to Sedona and book the UFO tour. There are small groups of people that are starting to show the technology, but only in small little groups, and they've actually been instructed by the government to only do it in small groups because the government has instructed their people not to just blatantly tell everyone because of how religious people are. When the religious people find out about this technology and the beings using it, all of the religions crumble, all of them. And I'm talking about UFO technology and highly advanced technology that interdimensional beings are using. Sometimes these beings are referred to as aliens. Sometimes the another word for UFO is UAP, which is unidentified aerial phenomenon. They're not unidentified. We know what they are. These are multidimensional beings with really highly advanced technology. They are masters of sound, energy, and frequency technology. And when I say they're interdimensional beings, what I mean is that they have mastered the technology of sound and frequency and energy because dimensions are just different energies and frequencies. Our universe is made up of different dimensions, and each dimension resonates at different frequency bandwidths. So in their technology, in their spaceships, they can calibrate those ships to vibrate at the different frequencies of the different dimensions. So when they want to appear in the visible light spectrum of the third dimension so that someone like you or me can just see them with their naked eye, they just calibrate to a different frequency. And when they want to disappear, they calibrate to another frequency. But if you go and do the UFO tour in Sedona, they will give you $10,000 military night vision goggles that allow you to see these ships flying around when they are calibrated into a frequency where you normally could not see them with your naked eye. And these ships will interact with you with your consciousness. If you can raise your consciousness to a high enough level to meet them at a higher vibration, what they'll do is they'll lower their vibration a little bit to meet you halfway, and then they may even interact with you because they're highly intelligent beings. Not all of the extraterrestrials and the interdimensional beings out there are evil like Hollywood and mainstream media wants you to believe. There is an agenda by certain entities to make you afraid of other beings from other dimensions and from other worlds. This is part of a psyop because there are certain entities on this earth world that do not want you to know that this highly advanced technology exists, because this technology is very disruptive. We're talking about interdimensional traveling technology, Stargate technology. We're talking about free energy technology, also known as zero-point energy or toroidal energy. This is free, clean, infinite amounts of energy that can power the entire world without anyone ever having to pay an electricity bill. It can power your transportation vehicles without having to fill them up with gasoline. It completely disrupts the petrodollar, the big oil corporations. It disrupts the solar panel industry, coal energy, nuclear energy. All that stuff gets thrown out the window when the whole world knows about zero-point energy and actually gets access to it and starts using it. And there are very, very powerful multi-trillion-dollar corporations and multi-billion-dollar, trillion-dollar entities that do not want you getting access to this technology because it takes away their wealth and their power and their monopoly of the energy consumption of the world. But this technology is real. I know it's real because I've seen it myself. I can guarantee you that it's real. And if you want to see it for yourself, go out into the middle of the desert all by yourself and just look up into the sky and use the power of your consciousness and put that intention out there. And you might initiate what's called a CE5, a close encounter of a fifth kind, which is a human-initiated contact with an extraterrestrial or a multidimensional being. Again, you can even go to Sedona and put on the goggles and see them flying around. Or you can book a retreat with people like Stephen Greer, who specializes in CE5, and they'll take you out in a small group to a place like Joshua Tree, or you can go to a place called the ECETI Ranch up in Washington, where they specialize in CE5 contact. And what they do is they use the power of their consciousness to communicate with multidimensional beings that are very highly advanced and aware of our consciousness. They're aware of us here on the earth world. And one of the reasons that they even interact with us in the first place and show themselves sometimes is to help assist us in our evolution to break free from the brainwashing of the corporate religious industrial complex and to help us evolve our consciousness to a higher vibrational frequency so that we can meet them at their level and begin to interact multidimensionally.